Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
And together we're Backyard Musings, Apple Valley, and Utah.
It's Science and Technology Channel.
Okay, got a really interesting, I always say that. It is a really interesting segment today.
It is.
A new study finds that intermittent fasting 3 days a week can lead to greater weight loss and better health outcomes than daily calorie counting with less daily effort. A randomized clinical trial investigated whether 4 to 3 intermittent fasting leads to greater weight loss than daily calorie restriction when paired with comprehensive behavioral support in adults with overweight or obesity. So 4-3 is like there's 7 days in the week, 4 to 3, like 4 days of regular, 3 days of fasting. Okay. Over 12 months, the 4-3 intermittent fasting group experienced modestly greater weight loss. The findings were published March 31st in the Annals of Internal Medicine. Would you like to know more?
Okay, researchers from the University of Colorado School of Medicine and their colleagues enrolled 165 adults who were overweight or had considered obese, be stricken with obesity. Participants were randomly assigned to follow either a 4-3 intermittent fasting regimen or a traditional daily calorie restriction plan for 1 year. Those in the intermittent fasting group followed a modified fasting schedule, reducing their energy intake by 80% on 3 non-consecutive days per week. On the remaining 4 days, they could eat without strict calorie limits, but were encouraged to make health food choices. In contrast, participants in the daily calorie restriction group followed a daily energy deficit of about 34.3%.
That's staggering.
And, you, and well, okay, I was going to say, I have a question, but we'll wait till the end.
Okay. All participants received free gym memberships and were encouraged to exercise at least 300 minutes per week. So 5 days, that's an hour for 5 days.
Right.
Both groups also took part in group-based behavioral support and were given tools for calorie tracking along with dietary guidance targeting macronutrient goals. 55% carbohydrates, 15% protein, and 30% fat. After 12 months, participants in the 4-3 intermittent fasting group lost an average of 7.6% of their body weight. That's no laughing matter. That's significant, compared to a 5% loss in the daily calorie restriction group. Additionally, 58% of those in the fasting group achieved at least 5% weight loss versus 47% in the calorie restriction group.
Okay.
The fasting group also saw more favorable changes in several cardiometabolic markers, including lower systolic blood pressure, improved cholesterol levels, total and LDL, and reduced fasting glucose.
According to the researchers, intermittent fasting may promote better adherence because it doesn't require constant daily calorie tracking or restriction. They suggest it could be a viable, evidence based alternative for weight management in adults who are overweight or with obesity.
Okay, so all calories are not the same. They are not. 600 calories of sugar is different than 600 calories of Brussels sprouts. Obviously, the Brussels sprouts have more nutrients than the sugar does. So, what kind of calories you take in, like sugar affects your fat cells and make them bloat, right? You're stricken with bloated fat cells. Okay.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the Brussels sprouts and what that makes you bloat. Go ahead.
4-3 intermittent fasting is a dietary approach where individuals reduce their calorie intake by 80% on 3 non-consecutive days of the week. So
Every other day, right?
That's every other day, free day, fast day, free day, fast, free fast, free fast, right? You just keep doing it.
And are you fast all day? 3 meals.
Yes, you take 80% less calories on that fast day. So this method has been shown to be potentially more effective than weight loss over 12 months compared to daily calorie restriction. It is similar to the 5-2 diet, but instead of fasting for 2 days, you fast for 3 days each week. This approach allows for flexibility and may help in achieving weight loss goals while still enjoying regular eating on non-fasting days.
Okay, here we go. Now we're getting down to the detail. On
Yeah,
a
I got
diet,
a typo in. I got a typo in here. It's 3,000, not 300.
okay, so on a daily diet of 3,000 calories, fasting days would allow for 600 calories. Here is a sample of 600 calorie meals: chicken, broccoli, and rice. Chicken, 8 ounces, which is probably what? That's probably about a half a chicken breast, maybe big chicken breast.
Yeah.
Broccoli, one
Uh-huh.
cup. That's 1 cup too much. Rice, 1 cup, and this yields 598 calories, 52 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fat, 75 grams of protein. So what happens if you lose the broccoli, or you lose the broccoli?
Substitute it for something else.
Yeah,
Instead of broccoli, eat
cheese.
cauliflower
Cheese.
or cheese. But we're not saying 1 cup of cheese. You have to find out how many calories add up to 600 calories when you substitute broccoli for something else, right?
Yeah,
But we're just
yeah,
giving you an idea here. So on your fast day, that's all you can eat right there. 8 ounces of chicken, 1 cup of broccoli, and 1 cup of rice all day.
can you spread that out?
Yeah. Theoretically, yeah, you could. You could cut let's say you could cut the chicken into three. So two and a
Right.
half ounces, you know, each, and then a third cup of broccoli, a third cup of rice, and do that 3 times in the day. Yeah, you could do
And,
that.
and that would be easier on the body, right? For fasting all
Yeah.
day. So
It would keep your metabolism up because instead of just one meal, you got three little tiny meals. Okay. Or one ribeye steak, 7.5 ounces, just one steak.
now
This
we're talking.
yields 600. There you go. 600 calories, no carbs, 50 grams of fat, and 35.5 grams of protein. That's one 7.5 ounce ribeye steak, which is not that big. It's, little.
Yeah, yeah. Or 7 Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookies.
Hey, hey!
Yeah, this yields 605 calories, 70 grams of carbs, 28 grams of fat, and 7 grams of protein.
Okay, so 7 Chips Ahoy or one steak? I'll go with the steak
Yeah, or both.
or both. Or 1 cup of celery. 1 cup of celery is 598 calories. It's a 111 grams of carbs, 6.4 grams of fat, and 25.8 grams of protein. I would starve trying to just live on 1 cup of celery in one day.
Yeah, we've talked about this. I'd have to have that smothered in peanut butter to eat
Or
celery.
butter.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Or one McDonald's Big Mac.
Hey.
That could kill you anyway if you eat that. So, this is 600 calories, 48 grams of carbs, 28.5 grams of fat, 28 grams of protein.
So 4 days, eat whatever you want, and they recommend sensible, right? And then the fast days, you only get 600 calories.
Yeah. I don't suggest the Big
Every
Mac
other
though.
day.
I mean, we don't even know what kind of meat that is, right?
What meat? Meat what?
In a Big Mac.
No, it's mystery meat. It's
Yeah,
mystery
I
meat.
mean, I eat when I go to McDonald's. I'm either eating a Big Mac or I'm eating a filet of fish sandwich, which are probably both the least um, healthy sandwiches at a McDonald's. But
So
uh,
it depends on the day, right? If it's Friday, you're eating the fish sandwich because of Lent. And if it's not Friday, you're eating the Big Mac, right?
sure, doesn't matter.
Okay,
I
okay.
try not to go to McDonald's actually, but when we
So,
do,
but think
so
about it like this, folks. It's what you eat that matters, right?
yeah,
Like we said, that 600 calories of sugar, different than 600 calories of cauliflower,
right.
different nutrients.
And they didn't even really mention anything about exercise, right? You could offset some of
No,
this by exercising. So
supplement it. Yeah. You could turn
right,
some of that fat into muscle, burn the fat and then increase your muscle. Yeah.
right. So yeah, good subject. So because I know some people take fasting to they take it to the crazy level, right?
Yeah.
That's not healthy. So unless you have a
And
purpose,
a pro
fast.
tip here. Here's a pro tip. If you're going to fast, pray. Otherwise, you're just starving yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Got to have a purpose.
Yep.
So there's
All right, folks.
lots of purpose out there. So, all right. Yeah. Take care, everyone. Thank
We'll
you.
talk
We'll see you
talk to you
next time.
later.